Now, Nextool has been really surprising me with these end of the year multi-tool drops, and the Nextool K30 is one of these multi-tools that I really like. Now, there are a couple reasons, and one of the first reasons is just because it is very pocketable and it has a bunch of tools on it that make sense to me. Now, when we look at the outside of this knife, there is some really nice G10 scales right here that help with grip. I really like the pocket clip, and then the axis lock that makes it really easy to flick this knife out and then drop it closed. I mean, that is pretty fantastic. Yes, you do have a thumb stud if you want to do it that way, but that is, yeah, just awesome. And then here on the bottom, you see that says 14C28N. So this will be definitely some upgraded steel as well. Pretty nice. All right, now one of the other tools that I think a lot of people will really love is these scissors. Now, these scissors will be similar to the micro scissors in that these are also, they have this serrated edge to it. So let's go ahead, jump right into a scissor test. These chomp right through. Will they chomp through the paracord? Now, with these, you do have to hold them a certain way. All right, let's go ahead and hold it the other way. So with these, I'm having a little bit more trouble with these cutting through the paracord. Let's try it some more. So the scissors did struggle a little bit through the paracord. Now they cut right through this smaller twine. For thin stuff like the plastic, they cut right through. Now with the seat belt, I can cut through that. Let's see the towing strap, how well they do with the towing strap. I feel like, let's see, these, you have to be a little bit more intentional with these. Yeah, I don't know. I'm having a little bit more trouble with these. So for some reason, I'm not sure why, the micro scissors from Nextool are actually doing a little bit better than these scissors on my particular one. Now, I think maybe part of the problem too is I can't get as much leverage because these are a little bit thinner right here, but that is a little disappointing. All right, let's go on to some of the other features. Now on the outside right here, we have this 4mm bit driver. This is the double-sided. I really like that. It has its own lock on the back. I know a lot of people have been wanting the Gerber armbar to have a lock, and now Nextool has sort of made a version, a little bit thicker version of like a Gerber armbar with this 4mm driver. It would be really cool to see the full 1/4" version in the future, but we'll have to see. Maybe that will happen. Then down here, there is this bottle opener that locks into place even right there. So on the bottom right here, then is this flat screwdriver and the file right there. Now that does not lock right on that spot. Now there's two other tools included. There is the awl on the bottom, and then on the side right here in the scales, there is a set of tweezers right there that fits right into this notch. Can barely even see it right there. It pretty much blends right in. And there is your tweezers. Now this comes in at $40 on Amazon. All right, it comes in at 4 ounces or 113 grams, so very light. Now, one of the things that I really like as far as accessories, you can buy a Nextool 4mm bit kit that comes with one of these versions. You can upgrade it to include that. But O-Knife also sells a double-sided bit kit. The bits from Nextool are only single-sided. The one it comes with is double-sided, but they only sell single-sided bits on the bit kit. So if you get this O-knife bit kit, it actually has double-sided bits and then a pencil bit at the bottom that you can put in one of those like eternal pencils, which I actually think work fine for, light duty task, for writing little notes and so forth. So as far as mine right here, I think the O-knife kit is a perfect complement, but Nextool does have a single-sided bit kit if that's what you would like to do to add to your Nextool K30. So this is the black and orange tiger stripe pattern that Nextool sent to several content creators. Really appreciate them for doing that. And these are some of the patches, and then the little pouch where you can put your multi-tools in as well. So really appreciate that. I think this black and orange looks great, and make sure to reach out to Nextool if you want one of these and say, hey, please make that pattern for us, or whatever your favorite color is, and maybe in the future they will come out with that. Now, I'm not usually a huge fan of multi-tools that do not have pliers, but I do really like what Nextool has tried to do with the Nextool K30. I think it hits a lot of the boxes that people want from a multi-tool. I think the biggest thing is the knife, how easy it is to access. This is one of the things I love with the from the Ozark Trail that looks like a Benchmade by Walmart, that cheap knife, how easy it is to flick and to shut. And Nextool has accomplished that with this K30, which I think is really, really cool. That's really nice. And then they have added some amazing features. Now with the 4mm bit driver, you can get the 4mm to 1/4 inch adapters. So that's not a huge thing. It would just be one extra piece to carry in your kit. But if you want to do that, you could do that. I think the biggest miss for me, and I really like these serrated scissors, but for some reason, these on mine have struggled a little bit. Now, I think for what I need them for, they will work fine. But I think some people will be a little disappointed with how the scissors perform, and I hope it's just this one on mine right here. I think that's the biggest issue with this tool, and then I think a lot of people will complain that this is only 4mm, that they wish it was 1/4 inch, but perhaps Nextool can design a 1/4 inch bit that wouldn't be that much bigger than this, and it might fit in a tool like this in the future. Who knows? Let me know what you think about this new tool from Nextool K30. I certainly love the direction they're going. I have to say that. I really love that Nextool is trying to design, to innovate. They're not just making exact replica clones of other tools. They're trying to change and be a little different. And it's pretty exciting to see some of these new multi-tools coming out.